Welcome to today's web series episode for JetTrac Fire Inspection for desktop and mobile devices. My name is Dean Weatherston and I'm one of the FileMaker developers who put this app together, and I hope to give you some basic insight into how it works and the recommended methods. Today we're going to take a round trip in adding details to our solution from the desktop layouts all the way to the iPad layouts and back again, in a fairly typical sequence of steps for the administrator and the technician. Let's go ahead and go to our client's layout. I want to go and add a new building and a contact for my client. To get to adding any new information, I would click on the new button, and in this case I'm going to choose building. Select my property and fill in the details. Let's go and add a new contact as well. Let's go and add some system information for our new building. Great, let's move over to our dispatch. And add a new dispatch from one of the days. I'm going to choose Friday and let's look at 1 p.m. Once you're satisfied with all the details and chosen all the correct resources and chosen to use any attachments for history and possible notes, you can click Done. Here's our new dispatch. Alright, let's go on to the tablet. Before you got here, I went and did a sync, and that's by pressing this little button down here. And we'll do that again when we have to sync back to the office. Okay, just very briefly on our schedule layout, which is the first layout that the technician will see, are a few details about each of the work orders and the details about where these locations are, and a few of the details about equipment as well. I'm going to click on the latest one, which is 27224. I'll click on the green arrow at the far right. This is our work order layout, and you can see a few details about the location, who the main contact is, and the property up at the top left. Just below that, in the middle, is the building that we're inspecting and the test procedure we're trying to perform. Below that, we have some details about the special equipment. To the right of that, we have the attachment from the dispatch, which is a PDF. To the right of that, we have some notes from the dispatch. For now, let's just go ahead and add a new deficiency at the bottom. You see where it says New Record in blue. And I'm going to run through some of these details quickly. All the details have been filled out, and I've taken a photo of the offending deficiency, which is our sprinkler. And all the details that we had to fill out were data that came from drop-downs, and in most cases we have some preset examples of descriptions and internal comments as well. At the bottom left, we have a special equipment request section, which is good for when the technician or the team has to go back for repairs and need certain type of equipment to do that repair. I'm going to click Done at the bottom right. Now you can see the new deficiency we've just added has been added in the bottom middle, you can see a few details about what that deficiency is about. We can certainly delete it or modify it again as well. Up at the top middle, you can see the test procedure link has changed from red to orange. I'm going to click on that orange link, and this brings us through to our test procedure layout. Now the technician will be most looking at the pass-fail NA column and making decisions about whether it's a pass-fail or NA. And then also some comments on the right of that are necessary in most cases. I'm going to run through it real quick. You'll notice that item 1.3 has been marked as a fail, and I was able to mark that from here, and then it will take me through to the deficiency layout where I can enter in the same details I did from the work order. Next up, we can add some comments, and by default we have the option to add a comment, yes or no. And then in some cases, some rows require specific details such as PSI. And I just clicked on 1.6, and here you can see it's doing a lookup under our system information for any details that are there already under the riser IDs. I'll just select the top one, and the same for the above. I'm happy with everything else. What is normally the way to go is to click verify at the bottom right, and right now it's telling us it's in progress. If I click verify now, it'll change to completed, and that tells me that I've gone through every single item on this list, which is great. Going back to our work order, you'll notice at the top middle box the link has changed to green, and the technician is happy with the work order. He's going to change his own status up at the top right to completed sync, and some optional notes. We'll just leave that for now, and let's go ahead and click the sync now button at the bottom left. And in a few moments we'll go through to the dashboard. The sync is completed, but before I go, I just wanted to point out where the system information is from here. Where it says the related deficiencies at the bottom, to the right there's a system info button, and you can see the list of existing records for our system information are showing there. And we can certainly add a new record from here too, or just go to the link. Back to the dashboard, we can see the data has been synced up with our host. You can see that top record is the one we were working on. Just going through some of these columns, the work order column, if I click there, it's going to give us the dispatch details we originally had. And you can often use that to refer to and compare with the details that were captured. Moving across, we can click on the actual procedure itself or procedures, and that will give us a view of what the technician saw and added as he went. Moving across again to procedure, if I just highlight over there, we just had one procedure which was completed, and that can change obviously. To the right of that we have DEF, which is deficiencies. A total of 2 were captured, and if I click on that, you'll see those details about them. I can click on the image icon, see it a little bit bigger, and that's great. Let's go back. Oh, before I leave here, you have the option also to export deficiencies, so those details can be available in any other format that you may need it for quoting or inventory purposes. To the right of that is the technician status. He had marked his work order as green, if you remember that. To the right of this you have an archiving option to help manage with the flood of work order records coming through here. PDF, is basically the point where you click on here, and you can select as many as you like, and you can decide to export those records that we integrate with our JetTrac system, which merges the data that you've captured with the official forms for the AHJ. I have an example of a merged form here. Let me just show you. Going up right to the top, you have a cover sheet with some of the details about the property and the contractor, some of the details about the actual inspection, some riser information I see is captured as well as some of the deficiencies and comments, and any of the people on the inspection plus their signature. Last but not least is an invoicing feature we added just recently, which will look at any of the designated deficiencies and put together a QuickBooks type of layout that will actually integrate with QuickBooks and its current state. We have plans in the future to integrate with other forms or other types of programs for invoicing. That pretty much wraps up the end of the video for the round trip. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Please stay tuned for more in-depth videos for some of these topics we covered. Take care and see you guys later.